Hey, what's up? This is your boy at 7 Figures Fox, and you are tuned in to INHaleTV. Make sure all of my future millionaires tap in. The 7 Figure Squad tap in. Whether you got it or not, we are all future millionaires, and we gonna speak that into existence. You can also word to an existence at www.7fc.com. But again, today we are going to do part 1 of NBA Youngboy versus the industry. We'll go and take a deeper look into all the beefs that he has going on, how they started, and where they are headed. So again, this is series 1 about NBA Youngboy versus everybody versus the industry. So first, make sure y'all subscribe. Take a pause. It only takes a second. Just click right there, hit that subscribe, and then hit the notification bell so when I drop new videos, y'all can get it. I want y'all to also feel comfortable commenting, letting me know what y'all think. If y'all have information that you want me to look into and confirm, verify, and speak on, feel free to drop that information in the comments or look for email information or message information and we'll go over that. You can follow me on IG at 7 Figures Fox, and you can also get messages to me that way. Again, today we go into part 1 and we're going to full discussion about NBA Youngboy. So one of the first things we want to talk about is the reasons behind NBA Youngboy's actions, how he handles things, and take a deeper look into NBA Youngboy as a person. INHaleTV. So NBA Youngboy, which is Kentrell Golden, as you all know, did not probably have the best upbringing. We want to take stuff like that into consideration because you will notice with our young black males, when we're born into like poverty areas or poverty-stricken zip codes and things like that, man, often no matter we have somebody in our life that spoils us, whatever it may be, we still are in that environment. Therefore, we still have to take on growing up in that environment and making early decisions that sometimes affect our life in the direction that we head in. So, NBA Youngboy, his dad was arrested and sentenced to 55 years when he was 8 years old. He separated from his mother and ended up living with his grandmother and being raised by his grandmother. You'll often see him speak of that. You'll hear it in his music too. You can tell NBA Youngboy is torn. He holds in a lot of pain, man, but he has a lot of love for his grandmother. And like I said, coming up in that type of background and that environment without a father figure is tough, man. It's really tough. And we're going to have those real discussions. We also know that NBA Youngboy broke his neck, and he had to have the head brace to hold his neck in place. When he hurt himself as a child as well, man. So we look at some things like that. We speak on those things because those things factor into how a young man handles anger. You know what I mean? So if you're born without a father figure, man, you don't have someone to toughen you up and let you know what it is to be a man. You don't have another man showing you any type of affection anyway. Which in the black community, that's not something that we often see. A man kind of raises a man to be a man. Not saying that that's good or not saying that it's bad, but it's okay to have affection towards another man in a loving manner. You know, like everything ain't always about being gay or whatnot. You know what I mean? This is just, like the love a father would have for his son. You know what I mean? Family. So, when you're a young man and you don't have that, man, you're kind of guided to handle things in a direction that the streets tell you. So when you feel disrespected, you feel someone does something to you, you handle it in that nature that the streets tell you to handle it in. So NBA Youngboy probably doesn't have the best method when it comes to handling confrontation, disagreements, and things like that. One of the first beefs that we speak on with NBA Youngboy is Gee Money. And I don't know if a lot of y'all know the history of Gee Money and NBA Youngboy, but these guys go back in Baton Rouge, man. They was a clique of friends. You know what I mean? Even as far as, NBA Youngboy staying with Gee Money. So you have these people, man, that you look back, man, and just like in the movies, man, like New Jack City and a lot of these other movies that you see that close friends eventually turn on each other, man. And it's a cycle that we hate to see. Don't get it wrong. It's not the everyday cycle, because a lot of friends have true friendships. But we see in this case where Gee Money and NBA Youngboy fall out. Now, when you're in the game, in the music game, in the music industry, fame does a lot, man. And Gee Money caught on first. You know, Gee Money started to buzz, and he was that rapper that in Baton Rouge was starting to get the eye of, you know, other artists that were in the industry and things like that. And Gee Money was making money, you know, good money independently. TBG was the label. And if you don't know, that was started and founded by Ivy. Ivy is Boosie's close friend. You hear Boosie talk about Ivy a lot. And we can go in a long discussion about that. This whole circle of Baton Rouge gets deep. And the beef gets deep as well. But again, NBA Youngboy and Gee Money, they ran together. You know, you see NBA Youngboy and some of Gee Money's old videos and things like that. But from what we hear and from what we know, tension started to grow as egos started to grow. Gee Money started to rise, then NBA Youngboy started to rise. And when you have that going on, man, there can only be one king in town. And you start to see differences spilling over from the two. Now, you know, whether it's documented, confirmed or not, we know how these things start. You got two young men from a small, or not even small, but from Baton Rouge. And these guys are growing with popularity and wealth. Women get involved, man. Women, you know, with their mouth, they start things, man. The back and forth. Egos get involved. And, you know, pillow talking even gets involved, man. I know a lot of people out here say that they real. They don't do that and do this, man. But it's life, man. And I said, egos get involved. Money gets involved. And, you know, women get involved. So, we see NBA Youngboy and Gee Money start to fall out and distance themselves, and you start to hear disses on certain tracks and in music, and then it comes to a head, man, and then boom, here we have it. There's full-fledged diss records, and we have a history of live videos and conversations from them back and forth about their dislike for each other. Now, Gee Money, I saw in an interview, shout out to Say Cheese. I saw an interview from Gee Money. And Gee Money was basically like, you know, he doesn't know why NBA Youngboy doesn't like him. But in that video, you can also kind of see the hurt, and I wouldn't say jealousy, but, you know, you can kind of just see it in Gee Money as well. But ultimately, Gee Money says that it was the fame, NBA Youngboy starting to gain popularity and things like that caused the tension between the two of them. He also referenced NBA Youngboy's sister, in which Gee Money said that, you know, he had sex with NBA Youngboy's sister, and NBA Youngboy felt some type of way about that. He also made it known that NBA Youngboy's already known about that, and now is feeling some type of way, fast forward to the time of that interview. But that also could be, you know, Gee Money at that time making it be known, you know, that, you know, that could have been a sneak diss. You know, I hit your sister. You know, you just never know how things is handled. So that kind of kicks off NBA Youngboy's entrance into the industry, man. He's already beefing with another local rap clique or group in TBG. Now, at this time, we don't see much of Fredo Bang because Fredo Bang is locked up on some attempts that he had to handle in self-defense. And we'll tie into that. But as Gee Money lost his life in this beef and in this feud, we'll see as Fredo Bang gets out and starts to emerge in his rap career and how he kind of inherits the beef of TBG, and NBA Youngboy and Gee Money. So he kind of inherits that beef that they had going on, and we'll see how it unfolds, and we'll start to tie into more details as far as how those beefs grew, how other artists started kicking in, and how NBA Youngboy just handled tension, disagreements, and feuds with other artists, which turned into him being the #1 op of the industry. Tap in, drop some comments. Who do you think is the #1 op in the music industry? I say some people can say 6ix9ine. You know what I mean? We see Meek Mill as a target often. You know, and then again, I'm saying NBA Youngboy. You can pay attention to the rap game and you can pay attention to what's going on. But hey, drop your comments. Let me know what you think. Who is the top op in the industry? Any information that you feel like you want to comment and hear about on the NBA Youngboy series as we open up into these beefs, we'll get into it, man. Tap in, subscribe. This is series 1, brief conversation, NBA Youngboy versus the industry. Make sure you subscribe. Follow me at 7FiguresFox. Shouts out to y'all. Shouts out to your neighborhood, your street. As you know, drop it in the comments. Shout yourselves out, man. Love. INHaleTV.
Representing Screwed Up Click, man. Shout out to INHaleTV. It is. Hey, yo, what's up with it? This your boy Youngboy. Shut it on Stuff, man. Entertainment. And INHaleTV, man. 215.
What up, it's your boy Lil White. Shout out to Stuntman ENT and INHaleTV. I do inhale. Yeah. Lil White is me.